We're here today to announce the 26th head coach in the history of the New York Knicks. Our press conference is set to begin, but first, I'd like to begin with what is to come. We'll have a photo opportunity for all the photographers located in the front row. You're all in the right spot. And then we'll have a question and answer period. Without further ado, we'd like to bring out the Knicks president, Phil Jackson, Knicks general manager Steve Mills, and the 26th head coach in the history of the New York Knicks, Derek Fisher.
All right. My right, your right. That's right.
How you doing?
Good, Steve.
Hey, here, mine just says so much.
Obviously, Derek's getting a learning process, but we think that his experience for the last 3 or 4 years has been one of more assistant coach player role, and he's learned under some of the best coaches, Don Nelson, Jerry Sloan, and obviously the latest was Scotty Brooks. So Derek has a long laundry list of coaches that he's worked under and a tremendous amount of success. And we welcome.
Obviously, Derek has tremendous success as a player and has done great things and won championships. But one of the things that we both think and we know is really important and critical is the ability to lead young men. And what I find really intriguing about Derek is his leadership characteristics and what he is as a leader. I've talked to a lot of guys he's played with about how he leads on the floor, how he leads in the locker room, and I actually have had a chance to see it in person because when Derek was working his way up in the NBA Players Association, we would be in the at the bargaining table together. And this was prior to him being the president of the union, but I watched when he was just a member of the executive committee and how he sort of led in that room and understood the issues and made sure that both sides were moving in the right direction. I think those kind of leadership qualities are part of who he is, and I think those things will help him be a great coach.
Thank you, Phil. Thank you, Steve. This morning is just a wonderful morning. I think not only for myself and my family, my wife, and those that are close to us, but obviously for Phil and the history that we have together. To have this opportunity to now work together again is something that is extremely exciting, and I look forward to it in a very special way. Steve and I have gotten a chance to be in the same room oftentimes and work together on different issues in the past, and I'm also looking forward to the relationship that we'll develop as leaders with this team and with this organization. I'm so thankful for this opportunity. I really am. I've obviously played basketball for a long time and learned a great deal from not only some of the greatest coaches in the game. This gentleman here obviously left himself off of the list that he ran down a few minutes ago of some of the great coaches that I was fortunate enough to play for in my basketball career. but also coaches in high school, coaches as a kid. Every experience that I've ever had and gained in the sport of basketball all leads to this moment. The good things, the bad things, the success, the failures, the mistakes, the triumphs, the championships, the early playoff exits, they all matter. And they all provide an experience for me that I look forward to sharing with our players and helping us reestablish the championship culture that exists in the DNA of this organization and in this city. All I've heard about is how special this city can be when the Knicks are winning and the Knicks are playing well and the city's proud and the energy is high. I've experienced that on the West Coast, and I'm looking forward to experiencing it on the East Coast.
Good evening, New York Knicks fans. Are you excited? Derek Fisher just inked a 5-year, $25 million deal to become your New York Knicks head coach, which is starting to be the standard deal for inexperienced coaches. So
Really inexperienced coaches.
So, me personally, I'm not sure how I feel about him becoming the head coach of the New York Knicks, but I will say Phil Jackson, I do like the fact that he is sticking to a formula and he believes that this formula is going to work. And he's starting by building with his coach, and then he's going to start with his coaching staff, and he believes so much in the triangle offense, and we know that Derek Fisher knows this triangle offense in and out.
Yeah, that was Derek Fisher's main point in the press conference, was that he knows the triangle offense and he believes in that triangle offense.
Well, actually, he's been coaching for the past 5 years anyway, because he hasn't been an effective player. No, I'm sorry, D Fish. You know it's the truth.
Yeah, it's very true. I mean, I just feel like when it comes to the Knicks, you hire this inexperienced coach to put in a triangle offense that you don't have the pieces for. Are you rebuilding?
I mean, they have to be in a rebuilding situation, but it's going to be hard to bring in players because of the simple fact of the salary cap Hades that they're in. Then you got Amari that will be a complete idiot if he opt out. You have Bajani who will be a complete idiot if he opt out. The only guy that has the testicular fortitude to opt out and know that he will get his money is the nugget type of fellow who push to Carmelo.
Hey!
So it's a very intriguing situation. I guess the question is, how much of a leash does Derek Fisher have with this organization?
He doesn't have much of a leash. He's a, puppet.
Well, what I meant by leash. How many years does he have to build this thing? Here's a puppet.
Oh, let's be honest. If it's according to Phil Jackson, it's however long Phil Jackson feels that he has to build that team.
Because Phil he marches to the beat of a different drum. He's not going to listen to the puppet.
However, this is the Knicks in New York. These fans don't have that much patience.
Agreed. But I think because of, this is just my opinion, the nostalgia that surrounds Phil Jackson. He was on the team that won the last championship. He has 13 or 14 overall championship rings as a player and as a coach. I think that they're going to give him at least a 2 to 3, maybe even a 4-year window, because they have seen worse. They've seen the Isaiah Thomas era. And I think that resonates with a lot of the New York Knicks fans. It does for me.
When is the last time the Knicks have rebuilt?
Honestly, the New York Knicks have never rebuilt.
Never.
They have never. They've always.
Never.
They're just like the New York Lakers. I mean, the Los Angeles Lakers.
New York Lakers?
Yeah, they move. They move.
Carmelo might be going to LA. That's a whole other story.
Yeah, I look at it like this. The Knicks, the Lakers, the Celtics, all these old teams, they don't rebuild, they reload. This is the first time.
Yeah.
The Celtics are rebuilding, which is strange.
That's very
But
rare.
it's time to tear it down and rebuild in New York.
I mean, I agree. But here's the thing. They both said, Phil Jackson, Derek Fisher, they said, rule number 1, we want Carmelo. Or that's the first rule of business. We want Carmelo to stay.
That's fictitious.
I don't know how Carmelo's going to stay here.
Well, I think it's fictitious that they want Carmelo because of the simple fact Phil Jackson has put out innuendos that kind of state that he wants Carmelo to leave. Because he said Carmelo needs to take a discount. That's what champions do.
Yeah.
Or
Carmelo not taking a discount.
right. I mean, it doesn't make sense. You know, that's just one of many little subtle jabs he's said towards Carmelo since he's been
I mean,
here.
yeah, but either way, I think with this hiring, you're letting Carmelo know that regardless of the fact, regardless if he is a Knick next year, he needs to opt out.
Agreed.
He's got to test it, see what he has out there, because right now they are heading to rebuild mode, and right now next year, only thing they can put on that field is on that court is the exact same thing that was on the court this year.
Well, you know, maybe Felton won't be there.
You know, J.R. Smith has already tweeted.
Yes, he's a starter.
Yeah, he says he's
He's a starter.
for the Triangle offense. Leave a comment below. We don't have no words for that. Hey, Knicks fans, look, don't be mad at Carmelo if he leave. He did what he was
You
supposed to.
can't be mad. He revitalized your organization.
Won.
He won.
Two.
He did not.
Well, not last year, but he won.
Yeah, he made you guys a winner, and it's not his fault, man. Sorry.
Yeah, man. Hit us up on Twitter at @4HF Advantage, Facebook 4 Home Field Advantage Sports Talk, 4 Home Field Advantage Trash Talk, and as usual, our motto is our home, our field, your advantage. Unless you're a Knick.
You should want more for Carmelo anyway.
Fisher be ballin'.